Alfred
Nobel
by
Reese
Vogel
and
Abigail
Moorhead.
On the 21st of October, 1833, Alfred Nobel was born to Emanuel and Andriette Nobel in Stockholm, Sweden. Emanuel was an engineer and inventor whose work brought him from Sweden to Russia. Andriette and her 4 sons, Ludwig, Emil, Oscar, Robert, and Alfred, met him in St. Petersburg, Russia, soon after he took the job working with explosives. Starting at a young age, Alfred and his siblings worked with private tutors instead of going to school. One of their tutors, Lars Stantesson, taught the Swedish language, history, world literature, and philosophy. Ivan Pedorov was responsible for teaching math, physics, and chemistry. The most influential tutor for Alfred was Professor Zinnin because he got Alfred interested in nitroglycerin, the main component in dynamite. At the recommendation of Professor Zinnin, Alfred went to Paris, France, at age 17 with the intention of working under Professor Jules Pelouse in his laboratory. This was his first job. Next, Alfred moved to the United States in order to further study more technological advances before returning to St. Petersburg to work in his father's factory.
Unfortunately, in 1854, Alfred fell ill due to his weak health from birth and was unable to work and so moved to Franzensbad, Czech Republic to recover. A few years later, Alfred traveled to London and Paris to try to raise money for his father's failing factory. Despite his efforts, Alfred's father's factory went bankrupt in 1859. A few years later, in 1863, Alfred returned to Sweden and worked in his father's laboratory in Hellenberg. He continued to devote his time to working on explosives, and in 1877 he received a 10-year patent for dynamite. He is credited with inventing dynamite and throughout his life received 355 patents on other lesser-known inventions. In 1884, he was elected a member of the Swedish Academy of Sciences. In 1893, he received an honorary doctorate from Uppsala University for his work. After his death in 1896, he left a large sum of money in his will to fund the creation of the Nobel Prize. The Nobel Prize is a set of annual international awards bestowed in a number of categories by Swedish and Norwegian committees in recognition of advances in physics, literature, chemistry, economic sciences, or medicine. This is Alfred Nobel's lasting legacy and arguably his greatest accomplishment.